But my main purpose today is to welcome Roger Dellar, who is our guest of honour and celebrated artist from Haslemere. He's got too many attributes for me to go through all of them, but the one that I most like is that he's a member of the Wapping Group. And that's very significant because the Wapping Group, as I understand it, meet regularly and paint outdoors. And I know that Roger is doing this on a regular basis because we've seen him in the High Street of Haslemere painting. And I think in January, February, he was in Guildford on a very cold day, painting a scene down by the river, which is just over here. So do have a look at that. So he does specialise in open air painting, and we're delighted that he's here with us today, and I'm going to hand over to him to say a few words about the exhibition.
I must say that basically, instead of having this microphone in my hand, I'd be happier with a brush. I'm more at home just painting. I don't mind standing in front of people painting, but as soon as I start talking, this is when it gets nervy. I've just had a sort of prompt from the Mayor of Haslemere saying, "You're on," and I'm thinking, oh dear. Anyway, first of all, thank you all for coming, and thank Evelyn and also Gwyn for inviting me, and also to come to this amazing venue here at Priorsfield. I've not been here before, but as you can see, it is a very interesting and sort of ideal setting for this venue. Now, I've exhibited in quite a few places. The Royal Academy, Male Galleries, Royal West of England, America, and on they go. But in fact, what is so nice is that I come here in my local area, and we have something of such a high profile as this event, and it's nice that for us local artists and more, that you have such a good event. As Gwyn said, there are 250 artists, and there's over 650 exhibits, paintings, sculptures, 3D, ceramics, glass, and if I do relax into just saying paintings and refer to that, then forgive me, I'm not missing out anybody. But it is sort of a pleasure to be here. When I was thinking, and I'm not a big sort of paperwork person, but I was thinking, what shall I talk about? And I thought, as I got here, one of the things is, why do we paint? Why do we create things? And just a few sort of questions came to mind, and one really struck me is that also, why do people collect paintings? Why do people want to buy them? And the first sort of answer that really comes to my head is that I personally have been painting or making things ever since childhood, and I think a lot of us are the same. It is a fundamental sort of trait that we have. The other thing is that we want to communicate, and I think this is so important because when we see things, we want to tell people. I know I tend to rush home and I tell the wife something when I've seen it, but basically we express our feelings. Also, there is a sort of, for me, a very much an involvement thing where I can spend hours painting and I can lose myself, even if I'm on a street corner, I'll lose myself in doing what I'm doing, and I think it is a sort of form of therapy. It may sound weird, but I think it is. And also, we want to tell a story. We want to tell people what it is that we are seeing and what we know of our environment. And then the other final thing I would say is, or perhaps not final, is the more we see, or the more we look, the more we see and understand. And this particularly is so because we start thinking of that as a grey colour, and then you start examining it and you see all sorts of other colours in something, and then the whole world opens up. And I think this is really part of it. I just sort of finally if you like, sort of tell you an experience, and as has been said, today I would actually be out painting with a local group called the Surrey Hills Plein Air, and so I'm here instead of painting on the street. But years ago I was teaching down in Cornwall, near Port Scatho. And my usual sort of thing is to go out early, and I'll do a painting before breakfast, and there I am in Port Scatho looking down from a height, and this milkman comes past me, and he said thank you, and I thought, oh dear, have I blocked his way? Is he being sort of sarcastic, like, you know, you're in my way? And he went off, delivered his 3 pints of gold and 1 silver, and then come back and he said, you know, I have been actually delivering milk on this round for 20 years. And he said, I have never, until I saw your painting, realised what a view is in front of me. And he said, I felt really touched, because I actually, through what I'd seen, he started seeing, you know, and understanding. And on that point, really, those of you who are here, we all tend to sort of collect art in one form or another, and we all, you know, sort of enjoy art, but in particular we look at it through other people's eyes, and I think that also helps us to look at painting, and sometimes paintings have a little bit of ambiguity that you can put your own story to. And I would say, if you see something on the walls, especially mine, but if you see something on the walls or around the garden, then do make it part of your life, because my experience is that if you do, you'll have a good investment, you'll enjoy, and in the main, I would say, all the painting I've sold, even if they come up again later on, people have actually made money out of them. So, you know, that's a good investment. So really, but I would say, you know, if you see something, go up to the sales desk and say, can I have it please? So, thank you very much.